is Sammyeats. My name is Sammyeats, cookbook author and a culinary blogger. Over each episode, I'm going to prepare an Asian dish with a twist and show you some of my favorite kitchen hacks. On today's episode, I'm going to be making a chicken pepper stir fry. So I'm going to share with you all the ingredients needed to make this recipe. We've got some sesame oil, soy sauce, sugar, rice wine vinegar, cornstarch, water, garlic, and green onions. We've also, for our fresh ingredients, we have a poblano pepper, a orange bell pepper, a red bell pepper, and of course, we have our chicken. Now, before we get cutting, I want to share with you a quick hack. If you're like me, whenever you cut an onion, you start crying profusely. So I have a really exciting hack for you. If you're really afraid of cutting an onion and having all your mascara come out, what you want to do is actually stick your onion in the freezer for at least 15 to 20 minutes before cutting. I already have one prepared for you. So if you just put it in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes, it's still going to be perfectly fine. It hasn't froze yet. Alright, our onions are done and I'm tears free. When you're cutting your bell pepper, you want to make sure you're scooping out all the seeds. So I'm going to glove up because I want to make sure that when I'm working with peppers, I don't get any of it on my hands. It can tend to sting your hands if you're not careful. Go ahead and cut it in half. Okay, now that I have all my bell peppers, I'm going to go ahead and just give it a cut. Maybe just 1-inch cubes. Alright, now that we have our vegetable pre-cut, we're going to go ahead and work on our chicken. So over here I have chicken tenderloin, and I just love the way that it's already pre-cut like this because now all I have to do is make it into little cubes. Another hack I want to share with you is that sometimes cutting into chicken with a knife can be a little tricky and a little slippery. One of my favorite handy hacks is using a kitchen shear. This is one of those tricks that my mom taught me and it works beautifully. So go ahead and just cut your chicken into cubes like so. Look at how easy it glides. Now you're probably wondering how I even thought about putting a poblano pepper into a chicken stir fry. I've never seen it done, and truthfully I probably would have never done it had I not lived in China. I had a produce lady that I constantly got all my food from. She was super sweet, always gave me the warmest greeting, and every time I left she would throw a few peppers into my bag. And one time she threw a poblano pepper into my bag, and I was making a stir fry that day and I decided to add it to my stir fry, and oh my goodness, it was such a game changer. And so now whenever I make the stir fry, I always add a poblano pepper. My pan is now on medium-high heat. You can see a little bit of white smoke coming out. That's when I know it's ready to stir fry. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my cooking oil. Can I eyeball a little bit, maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of this? Now I'm gonna quickly garlic press into my pan. Now that isn't that fresh. Add another garlic clove. Be very careful not to let it burn. You can see the garlic wants to burn. Right before it does, we're going to go ahead, add our vegetables. Sauté the slides away a little bit. Let it sit for a little bit. I wish you were in my kitchen. You could see all these wonderful smoke that's coming out of it. That means your vegetables is just getting cooked the right way. Now let it get charred just a little bit longer. We want the vegetables to slightly have a little bite to it. We don't want it to get mushy. The whole thing about stir fry is that you cook it for a short period of time in high heat so you can still eat the vegetable at its freshest heat. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the vegetables away because we're going to get ready to stir fry our chicken. And we're going to be using the same exact pan that we stir fried the vegetable because it's still piping hot, and we're going to quickly fry our chicken. Be very careful sometimes when you're throwing things into a hot pan, the oil can splatter, so you really want to be careful. There you go. And you notice that I cook the vegetables first and the chicken later because all those vegetables that have been cooking earlier are infusing this chicken with its nice little bits of flavor. How easy is that? This meal is about 10 to 15 minutes and your family is going to love you for it. Alright, now that our chicken's almost cooked, we're going to throw our veggies back in and put our stir-fry sauce together. You all ready for this? It's going to happen super fast, so you got to work. Now, for my ingredients, we're just going to go ahead and dump it in, but we're going to leave our cornstarch and water to the side because we're going to add that at the very end for our slurry. So we got our sesame oil right here. Ooh, go ahead and add that. We've got our wonderful soy sauce. Yes. Got our sugar. Don't forget your sugar. Rice wine vinegar. Go ahead and add some green onions to this. And just let it cook away now. Can you smell that wonderful goodness? Just coating every single piece of chicken and vegetable. Look at how sticky good it looks. Alright, while we're waiting for the liquid to reduce here, I'm going to be making my cornstarch slurry. Now, a slurry is the thickening agent that's going to make the sauce coat all the chicken, all the vegetables. It's the sticky goodness that you're always craving when you get a Chinese takeout. So, it's very simple. It's just cornstarch and water, and you mix it up together. And it's going to turn into this milky color, as you can see. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down. We're going to turn it down to medium. We're almost there. You can notice that the liquid is starting to reduce and starting to adhere to our ingredients. And that is exactly what you want in the stir fry. Now that you can see we barely have any more sauce, I'm going to go ahead and add the cornstarch slurry. Make sure you get every bits of it. And now all you have to do is turn off the heat and kind of let it do its thing. Alright, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to add a little bit of green onions again, a little more fresh green onions. And I want to add a little additional garnish because we did have some sesame oil, so I really want to enhance that nutty flavor by adding some sesame seed on top. And if you're like me, who's always craving a little bit more heat, you can always add a little bit of your chili oil or some type of spicy pepper sauce. I'm just going to add a little douse of this chili oil just to really make it come together. Let's put it together. Look at that. Look at how the cornstarch is working its magic. Everything looks yummy and sticky. Now that is what I call a stir fry. Let's go ahead and plate this. Put it on this platter over here. Look at how beautiful that looks. Oh my goodness. Let's get every bit in. Oh my goodness. That looks fantastic. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add some fresh green onions just for a little bit of contrast. And again, remember I put a little bit of sesame seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. And there you have it, chicken pepper stir fry. The peppers are perfectly cooked. The chicken, it's so flavorful. You gotta give this one a try. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope I inspired you to make my chicken pepper stir fry. You're cooking with Sammyeats. I'll see you next time.